Ah! Just me. Kelly's running late. Corporate job, because she has a job. Hopefully she'll be here soon. But what I can do is participants list stuff to pass the time, so I forget that I'm up here all by myself. So get your comments in and things like that. And then we'll log in. Here we go. And how's everybody doing today? Any plant questions? Anything? Any updates with your fish rooms, breaking down ponds, getting back inside where you belong, where everyone belongs? I've been neglecting the pond for a while, but everything's still doing fine. I actually got some footage of the paradise fish just because they're multiplying like crazy, and messing around with this little polarized filter that I got. It helps see in the pond better. All right, let's go and look at participants. And then I can, oh, not yet. That's right, it takes a few minutes for it to pick up people, or pick up the stream, rather. All right, I will pull up that video then. Just because I think it's interesting if you're struggling with glare or you just want to see better. Let's see if this actually works. Share screen. Here we go. See if this will play and not be all weird. So this is with the polarizing filter on the phone camera lens, and then I rotate it and it like eliminates the reflections. I don't even know how it works. I am camera stupid, but I got this thing and it was neat. So this is just me like turning it to good mode and bad mode, I guess. Like suddenly there's fish, then too much glare, then fish, and back and forth like that. I mean, it eliminates some light, so it definitely will work really well when you're in the sun because there's lots of light. Probably a little bit different when you're trying to film it in a dim fish room under dim light. But yeah, totally worth it. I don't know what I like $20 for it. So highly recommend it. And I don't even know which one. I'm sure they're all very similar on Amazon, honestly. Okay, stop sharing. Let's see if Fishfam link has picked us up yet. Plush possum. Who is that? These freaking handles. I'm gonna have to start learning the handles because they're not going away. Oh, Leslie Perry. Okay, cool. I'm about to repot some peace lilies and I want to try them in one of my aquariums. Should I start them in a vase with water or put directly into the tank? I'm asking in case they die. Ammonia. I have not tried a peace lily. From what I have heard, they're very easy to grow out of a tank, like no transition needed, but I cannot speak from experience with those. Typically, I don't even try to transition plants. Like if I want to put it in some place, it's going there and live or die. Make your choice. Jonathan G is asking, do you see the polarized effect live or only after recording? You see it live. You can look through the phone and it's very obvious. So that's why I was turning it back and forth to see like what you turn it until it looks its best. And if you keep turning it in the same direction, it starts to go back to the glare. I'm sure it's very simple how it works. I just bought the lens, turned the thing, made it look better. Yeah, so Candy says, I put my peace lily right into the tank and they do well. Also, hi, Candy. Good to see you. Okay, back to Fishfam link. Select. Excuse me, who is this person? What is this channel? It's me being scared and alone is what this is. Kelley's running late, work stuff, I believe. So she'll be here when she can. Freaking corporate jobs. Fish family leaving me hanging. Oh well. That's all right. Suharki's got a purple waffle growing well immersed. Nice. I hear that's a good pond or terrarium plant. I think I've seen a picture of it. Looks nice. Jenna linked the lens that I was talking about. I don't know if I ended up buying the more expensive one or I just went with the cheap one. What did I get? Yeah, $27. That's like the mid-range one. Some of the example images are a little exaggerated. It works a lot better aiming it down at a pond versus aiming it at straight on at a fish tank, depending on the environment, I guess, depending on where the light's coming from, probably. But if you struggle with glare, it might help just a little bit, tiny bit. Dr. Ted driving to the first night of bowling league. That just makes my back hurt just thinking about it. Also my back just kind of hurts right now, so that might not even be related to the bowling. Thoughts? So Zen went back. Zen went back and watched my very first live stream, and I was alone. At least I had an agenda. I had a plan for that one. It was a bunch of giveaways and games. But yeah, I guess I look much less scared and alone now. I don't feel less scared and alone. So I don't know. Maybe the virtual interviews lately are helping a little bit. I mean, there has been an interview or two where I was told you'll be interviewing with such and such. That's like one guy. And then I log on to Teams, go in there, and there's fucking 5-6 people staring back at me. Or worse, there was one where I was the only person on camera and everybody else was camera off with just their names. And then when I go into the meeting with the camera on, I'm like, all right, I'm going to turn it off too. And no one ever said you could turn it off. So I was just there with the camera on. And they were camera off, just probably studying every micro expression I make, my inability to make eye contact with the camera lens because it's just a camera lens. But the camera lens is right over a section of my monitor, so I'll have my I can sort of look in this direction, and then right below that will be all of my notes that I like, the research I did about the company. So it kind of works. Okay. Anne, is that okay? Hold on. Anne RH8. Gotta go look at the name. Okay, Anne. I wanted to thank Stephen, Kelley, and all the Fish Fam for inspiring me to try new plants. I got a big order from Co-op with more demanding plants. Awesome. There's not a lot of super demanding plants from Co-op, but there are a few. Especially one that I've killed. They used to sell the pink flamingo, which the ones I have are still alive. They just look terrible. But yeah, more demanding plants. It's fun. It's a fun goal to have, and you don't feel quite as bad when you kill a plant versus when you kill a fish. Thank God. Welcome.
Hello. Boy, I've killed a lot of plants in my day. I don't know what we're talking about, but I've killed a lot of them, and I'm gonna keep killing more.
Talking about
frost is gonna kill a ton of them.
and said I wanted to thank Stephen, Kelley, and all the Fishfam for inspiring me to try new plants.
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
like they seem difficult, but also like, what's the consequence of killing a plant? You're out a few bucks.
You are
but
out of $2. I mean, and some things that you think you need CO2 for, you might be able to get away with it with your water, especially if you have low pH water. And sometimes you'll just get away with it anyways, because sometimes you just do.
sometimes it works.
So, yeah, give it a shot.
Okay, Rachel says, asks, does it matter if I float bacopa cuttings for a while or stick them right in the substrate?
You can float them.
Yeah, the only reason I ever float stems is if I am in that moment too lazy to plant them. Otherwise, I'm planting them.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is sometimes when you float stems, like they get a little confused and they start like growing like right angle.
Yeah, they always
but they'll
upward,
right themselves after you plant them. It's fine. So, it's okay.
I wasn't able to get most of the spider plant cuttings that I bought, that I got from my mom to survive. There is one in the pond, in the little pond that still is alive, very tiny. The rest of them, not so much.
I have never grown a spider plant because honestly, I don't really like the way they look. So
they look cool, but it looks like when they're happy, they get really out of hand.
I just really don't. I just have never liked the way that plant looks. They are a very easy house plant, but I just don't like them. So
let's see. Casual is at a 55 behind you. This is a 90. Is a custom built 90. I needed to fill specific dimensions in the bedroom, and I bought glass. So this is a 24-inch tall, 55-inch wide, and 17-inch depth. 90-gallon.
Scotty's catching up on double time, so we should talk
real
extra
slowly. God. Now listen to that on halftime.
I know.
So the rainbows behind me. There are some Bosemani, there are some Kalitawa, there are some Picta, there's some Papui, and there is a definite hybrid.
And I have I have a lot of rainbows.
Yeah.
I have 2 trifasciatas, I have Pictas, I have Bosemani, I have turquoise, I have
Synergos,
I have Goldii Decai, I have a couple of I can't even remember what those are right now.
Do you have any turquoise right now?
I have I have some turquoise. They grow really slow. They grow even slower than Bosemani.
Really?
They're pretty slow, but they're so pretty, and the males and females are both colorful. It's kind of nice. So
this week the rainbow's been going nuts
with
breeding. Like there's in the sword to that right there. There's just a big pile of Boos and Crips and Saswassertang that got all tangled up in it, and they always go in there and shimmy around, and there's just probably a crap ton of eggs, except there's little Triliniatus cories. They probably get in there and eat them.
Nice. Yes, and yes, Jenna, I have Kamakas and
oh yeah,
Wapoga in this one. So I got Alanai Wapogas. So I have a lot of rainbows because I don't really get fish that aren't rainbows that often. But I can't really see my fish right now because my tanks are so overgrown. But I wanted to wait to thin them out before a club meeting so I could take all the plants to the club meeting and give them away.
Good idea.
Yeah, because like there's some kids in the club. I feel like I don't want to like charge kids money for plants. So I can just get them.
Give them the opportunity to kill them without any regrets.
That's right. Well, there was a little girl, she's 8, and she sold some of her plants and they got bid up real high. So
Nice.
that way she had some money to buy some other things. But I told her I would bring her some plants. So
I like to see the kids being supported in the hobby. What I don't like to see is when people use their kids as props to get more money or to not be outbid in an auction.
Well, her dad had his own plants he sold. These were hers.
That's good. Okay.
So they were hers. Yeah.
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 But I heard about that being
that pocket money. So
yeah. I just heard about that being a thing at the Clash because it was like I was like, oh, they didn't outbid the kid, and then someone was like, yeah, you know, he brings that kid all over the place. Like, oh, don't ruin it for me. Candy says, but you are amazing with people and wicked smart. I had to
no
read that.
Fear. I mean, sometimes I have fear. I don't really like heights. I'm not really great with heights. I'm afraid of overly spicy food because I have a weak stomach. I'm afraid of allergens.
Yeah, you come down here to visit.
Let's see. What else am I afraid of? I don't really like mice. Like,
are you afraid of them, or are you just kind of gross? Like, there's things.
If I see a mouse in my house, I'm a little afraid of it. If I see a mouse in my house, however, I don't see mice in my house because Fat Kitty is a stone cold killer. He's a murderer. Good. Yeah, no mouse is getting by him. The others, but Fat Kitty, he's a murderer. So yeah. But I'm afraid of the cold. That is true. I am afraid of cold. I don't like being cold. Yeah. You know, we have a lot of allergens up here, Zenny. So, and I don't know if I'm allergic to your, you know, when you go to a new place, you don't know if you'll be allergic or not. You just, you can't say. So yeah, I'm afraid of things.
Yeah, and me too. I think, Candy was, whenever she wrote that, I was talking about interviews and the surprise 6-person panel whenever I was told I was going to be interviewing with maybe 1 or 2 people. Yeah.
Wow, that's a surprise. But you know what? You know your stuff and you're great to talk to and you're smart and you're knowledgeable and they should hire you and give you a lot of money.
They really should.
Because Jenna wants to be kept in style.
Yeah.
I mean, you never think of Jenna as a person who wants fancy things, but, you know, maybe she could get used to them.
Yeah.
Member plants went out today. Good job, guys. Good job.
Yeah, and that's going to be it for a while.
Yeah, because cold. Yeah.
It's cold, but also I think we're going to change the member perk to like you'll get the magnet and maybe like a little trinket or keychain or something like that every now and then. The member plants, it was getting to be a bit much for us to ship out upwards of 60 to 100 plants twice a year. So
it's too much. Yeah. You could take a break.
Yep.
Maybe you'll do giveaways once in a while.
That's exactly what I'm planning to do. Because I don't like to throw away plants, but I was getting to the point where I would keep a little sprig of something just to propagate it somewhere else, and like the tanks start looking like farms and not like the way I want them to look.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to do that.
But I still have to trim the shit out of a lot of them.
Yeah. So you guys can just do giveaways every now and again of a big plant package and people will be excited to win them, and you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll still be good. You'll still be spreading joy. Just like I'm going to bring plants to my club. I'm not going to throw them out. I'm going to give them to people. And if you come to my house, I will give you whatever plants you want. I mean,
just go shopping. Yeah.
Just go shopping. Exactly.
Whenever Brooklyn comes over, though she hasn't been here. I don't think she's been here since you and Jake were here.
Oh my God.
She'll go shopping in the tanks too. Yeah, she's been busy. She actually she has a job. She is a coach of the color guard for
That's right. Oh, that's so exciting. I bet they love her. But they just love her.
And so she's been going to the competitions that Lillian's been going to. Like there was
That's
one a couple of
awesome.
weeks ago, and there was one on Saturday. The band did really well, really central
Nice.
band. And
Nice.
there's one happening today that I forgot where it is, but it's far away.
Nice. So Lillian gets to see her
Maybe,
a
maybe.
little bit since she's going to the competitions.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I think color guard is really cool. I mean I didn't do it because I was in the orchestra.
Yeah, especially when they're really coordinated.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have been any good at it. I'm not very good at choreography. It's hard. Yeah. So Stephen in Singapore is making fun of me that I couldn't of my fear of spicy food. And Singapore would be difficult for me. You guys eat a lot spicier food than I do. The truth is I have a lot of food allergies and I just can't handle things. And I do my best, but I don't know if this isn't clear from looking at me, but I'm extremely white. Just about as white as you can legally be. And I'm from the Midwest, which I don't know if you know much about regions of the United States, Stephen, but the Midwest is it's a bastion of bland food. So it's it's difficult.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
compared to a lot of Louisianans, I'm not exactly spice tolerant either.
Yeah.
I'm I guess average, you would say.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even for a Midwesterner, I think I'm on the low end, but I have a lot of food allergies. So
Yeah.
Ted says we can talk really fast and that would be entertaining. I mean, that's a strategy we could employ. I mean, you know, but I like the idea of us talking really slow. So Scotty will be like, I thought I was on double time.
Dennis says, where are my plants? Did you fill out the form? Because we certainly would have sent them. The form has closed, but if you didn't get plants and you wanted them, Dennis, send me an email because you're a member and I just closed the form yesterday. So get on it quick.
Yeah, I just get things when I see you. That's good enough. I mean,
just don't advertise that, Brandon. Just say that Willow is a fish tank enthusiast.
I'm gonna start using
proud prodigy.
Use Fat Kitty as a prop. I'll be like, oh, my cat's bidding.
Like, how old is Willow? 5 or 6, I believe. So
She's
yeah, youngest fish breeder.
She's pretty cute. So Steven says, my wife is as white as can be. She's Irish and German, originally from Missouri. So then you're familiar. You're familiar. Can she tolerate spicy food or is she a wimp? I mean, I would say that most people are not as bad as I am. So
it's probably a tolerance you would build up if all you could eat was spicy food.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure kids in India are very tolerant.
Yeah, and I mean my ex-husband, I mean he was from Iowa and equally white, extremely white, maybe even whiter than me. And he would go to the refrigerator and like eat jalapenos straight from the jar, and he would eat habanero peppers as a snack, and he would put tons of chili paste on everything. He had no upper end for spice tolerance. He would go out to eat with Koreans and they would be like, oh yeah. So
I feel like at some point the hot sauces are just pure capsaicin and
it's just not fun anymore.
Yeah, there's pain in a bottle for you.
Yeah, I don't know. And his dad was like that too. I don't know. They just liked the pain. They thought it was, but I'm not like that. I don't like any pain.
And they say pain releases endorphins and
I mean, like I can have ginger, like hot ginger or wasabi, spicy mustard. I'm okay with. That's kind of a different kind of heat. So,
can you have Fat Kitty teach my lazy cats to do more than play with mice?
Oh, man, I don't know why Fat Kitty is such a murderer because he does nothing. I mean, what was it? Saturday night, we woke up in the morning and we're like, where's Fat Kitty? Where is he? He was too tired to come to bed because he slept on the couch all night. He was too lazy to come to bed. He has not come downstairs one time today. He's asleep on the bed upstairs, I'm sure. He can't do it. He's too tired. So it is shocking that that he's a stone cold murderer. Just a stone cold murderer. And a plant murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Crazy Shots got member plants on Friday. That's good. The ones that we shipped out today, I think most of them are going to arrive on Saturday, unless you live in Texas. It used to be if you lived in Texas, shipping from Louisiana, you would get it like in a day or two. Y'all are still going to have to wait till Friday, according to USPS.
That's so weird.
I hope that's not best case scenario either. But the way things have been going, it's cool enough now that if they get stuck in the mail over the weekend, they're still going to be okay.
They'll be okay. I mean, up in the north, so we got down to 33 a couple nights, but the end is nigh. So I thought that all my stuff was going to frost, that would be over, but it looks like tonight's getting down to 34. Wednesday's getting down to 32, so maybe then. But Sunday, 28, Monday, 26. So that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's hard freeze territory.
Yeah, that's hard freeze. So my dahlias are still looking good. Haven't taken down any ponds yet. I think maybe the week after next we're going to do it. So, maybe we'll do some of it. It depends on, we're supposed to get a bunch of rain, and I don't want to dig dahlias until that rain comes, because we haven't even had a full inch of rain in the last 3 months. So the ground is really hard. But Friday, we're supposed to get 1/3 of an inch of rain. Sunday, we're getting 1/4 inch. So, that'll loosen things up a little, hopefully. Make it easier to dig.
Geek says, "Where are my plants? I swear I filled out the form 2 or 3 years ago." I distinctly remember sending you duckweed. What did you do with the duckweed? That's a forever plant. Leslie Perry, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. She's asking, will a sponge filter stay seated if I turn off the air and just leave it in the tank?
Yeah, it'll be just fine. The air just brings flow through it, but water's still circulating, and as long as it's not out of the water for any significant period of time, it'll be fine. So
yeah, they just need some dissolved oxygen going past them.
And even if you took the filter out completely, if you have a cycled tank, that tank is still cycled without a filter, because the biofilms,
it's everywhere,
is every single surface on your tank. The sponge or the filter, whatever, just provides more surface area, and you can use that and you can colonize other tanks with it. So, but every single surface is covered in beneficial bacteria.
I like to have some water movement in the tank, just in general.
I think it's really healthy for a lot of reasons. I think it's good to have it.
But I've been getting I've had 2 AquaClear 50s. It's just the 50 for some reason that failed on me. The motor got stuck, and then I didn't realize it. I didn't stick a pencil down in there to get it going, and so left it for several days. And you go back and you feel the motor housing, it's hot as hell. And then you try to clean it out. You pull out the impeller, and the what I don't know what it's called. The impeller shaft comes with it because it just melted itself off.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah.
I don't have a lot of experience with those. So
I replaced it with a sponge filter, and I don't think I'm going to do anything more.
Sponge filters, I'm not a huge fan of them, but they are super reliable. I mean, there's
this
really
is not
no
a display
parts to
tank.
break. There's no parts to break. So
this is the tank that I've been saying I'm going to make a saltwater tank. So I'll just let things fail on it, and then maybe I'll do salt after that. But it's just it's a holding tank. It's got a couple of white clouds, a handful of glow light Danios.
I have a holding tank too. I'm going to tear it down over Thanksgiving though. I've been saying I was going to tear it down
for years.
Well, last year I was going to do it, and I got crazy sick over Thanksgiving. I had to cancel my Thanksgiving party. I always have friends over for Thanksgiving. I'd cancel. I was too sick. So
I feel like Thanksgiving was a rough one for me. I feel like I had strep or something, but then also a kidney stone at the same time.
Right. Oh, that was bad times for you.
Yeah, like I could. I don't even think I ate Thanksgiving until like way late.
Yeah, that's right. No, I was really sick from like the end of the Clash till like Christmas, and then I was fine, and then I got back from vacation. I was sick again. So, but I need to stay healthy because in January I'm going back out to California for work, and then I'm going on vacation, and I have not decided where to go yet. Chat, give me where I should go. I'm going on a tropical trip. Where should I go? Don't say Singapore. Don't want to change time zones for only a week, really. So it's got to be Eastern or Central time zone. So where should I go? And I'm not going to Iowa either. That is a shitty place to go in the winter. So don't suggest
no, that's going to be a suggestion.
Don't. I'm not going there. I'm from Iowa. I know what it's like in January.
So Jennifer Linkus saying, member plants, I'm confused. Sorry. So there was a form, and you could fill it out. If you remember, you could fill it out twice a year. I would ship out plant trimmings. Most people were just requesting a surprise me option. If you weren't aware of it, send me an email and just let me know what kind of plants you're interested in, and I can mail those out to you. Any stragglers over the next couple of days, I'll be happy to mail it out. It's going to get cold soon, so won't be able to do it for very long.
Yeah. God, Candy's throwing shade in the chat. She's like, where do you want to be sick? I have been sick in some great places.
You'll be sick in Seattle.
I mean, I would love to go to Seattle. I did live there before, but I'm not going in January. It is a time to visit.
It's January. You're gonna go visit Zen in Texas.
I could. I mean, my plan has always been to just move in with her in January.
There you go.
I'll just move in. I will cook and do water changes. You could do worse for roommates.
Yeah. See, working on a new tank. Where was I?
Oh, so Steven says you say California. So my work is in it's near Long Beach.
Oh yeah, you just went there.
Yeah, I have to go every quarter now. So I mean, you know, it's work. It's not like it's not time to do a lot of fun. It's time to do a lot of meetings. So
holy crap. A lot of third world villagers in Cambodia, Vietnam, and Thailand drink a little of cobra venom little by little to develop a tolerance.
I'm not doing that. I have a very, very delicate stomach. Really, I throw up a lot easier than the average adult. I don't do that.
Any experience with Raphael cats? I don't have any.
I've never had them, but I bet someone in the chat has had them. So
I bet so.
Help them out. Yeah, I don't know them.
Candy says, so thankful I live in the PNW now and may not freeze until late December or January. So much better than the 30 miserable years in Montana.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that climate does wear on you, though, because it's drippy and chilly for 10 months of the year. So that's its own challenge. But it's so much colder here. So much colder. And Indiana is not near as cold as Iowa. It's typically 5 to 10 degrees warmer in the winter here than it is at my parents' house. So, I mean, it could be worse, but it's still cold enough. It's still cold enough. I wear a lot of sweaters, run my heat.
Okay, so Leslie says, I just want to keep it to have an instant cycle in case I needed to have HOBs in that tank. Okay, I do the exact same thing. I have a sponge filter in the corner of the live bearer mosh pit that has nothing attached to it, no air going through it, but I have a hang on the back. And yeah, for that exact reason, just to have that cycled.
Yeah,
or
if you think,
backup.
yeah, if you need it for, I mean, that way, like if you're the sort of person who sets up a lot of tanks,
Hmm.
like you're breeding, you have a fish room, you do always have it there if you need it. But if you're the sort of person who doesn't set up new tanks really that often or ever, I would just take it out, because even if for some reason your hang on the back died, you have tons of cycle in your tank. So you're just taking up space.
When I
But
was setting up more
I just think
tanks,
what the needs are.
I would keep like cut up bits of sponge
Yeah.
in a hang on the back just so I could bring a piece of it. You don't need much
Yeah.
unless you're trying to do like stock everything at once.
You can do that. What I would do last time I set up a new tank, I always keep co-op pre-filter sponges on all of my intakes.
Hmm.
And then you can take them and you can squeeze them in the new tank.
Yummy.
And that transfers all kinds of good bacteria. And
It does work, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I do. So I'm seeing some suggestions for Aruba. I've not been to Aruba.
Okay,
I'm
so
interested in that. So the only thing is, so if I had it my way, vacations would be all beach, all snorkeling, all scuba diving, water, water, water. But Jake is a land mammal. So it's nice to have some land activities for him. So like Panama was really good because we went on we went on this cocoa plantation tour and he loved it.
that
He
was
just
pretty cool.
loved
I would
it.
enjoy that, but
Yeah.
I do like to be near the water or on the water, not
Yeah.
necessarily in the water.
Yeah. Whereas he doesn't really want to be in the water. He does it because the things we do for love. But like he always wears a life jacket when he snorkels, so he feels more comfortable. He's not the greatest swimmer.
He's very
Whereas
dense.
he's very dense, and people have tried to teach him to swim better, and he's
Like fit
just,
not in his brain, but like physically.
yeah, his body is really
Yeah.
dense. Yeah, he kind of sinks like a stone, whereas I have a lot of fat. I just float really well.
I'm the best floater. Like I don't know
I
how much
know, I'm great too.
I would need if I did scuba diving just to like not
Yeah.
just
I
be
mean,
a body on the
my
surface.
butt just floats right up. It's not a problem. So, and I'm a really good swimmer. I can swim a mile anytime, and you know, I'm pretty good. So he's just not. So, yeah. How do we handle burnout?
It's a tough question. A lot of people handle it in different ways.
Yeah, I guess for me, I have kind of a seasonal approach to my hobby. I don't really do a lot with my tanks during the summer. So I don't breed fish. I just don't enjoy it. That's not what I do. But you can see my tanks are really overgrown right now. That's because it's been the summer. And in the summer, it is pond season. It is garden season. And I focus a lot more on that. But then this time of year, I get more excited about my indoor tanks and getting new fish and renovating and, indoor plant projects. I've started terrariums before. And so that's what does it for me is seasonality. But I think it's okay to give yourself permission to scale back. If you have too many tanks, don't have so many. Have fewer, bigger, better tanks. I don't know. 20 tanks may not make you happier than 5 tanks.
Yeah, scaling back or consolidating, and often consolidation might even mean adding to the total gallon. But if you are consolidating, then you're essentially starting a tank from scratch, and so you can plan for it. And that's where a lot of the dopamine comes in when you're getting the hobby started. Is like new tank, new fish, new plants, new scape. Just setting it up, having a different vision. I think universally to counter burnout is to make a change of some sort, whether it's a huge change or just incremental changes, but interacting with the fish room in that way.
I get a lot more pleasure out of bigger tanks than smaller tanks. Honestly,
same.
I wouldn't mind consolidating both these into one 200-gallon tank. I would get much more enjoyment out of it. It would be a healthier, more stable tank. 2 bigger tanks are way better in my opinion. But remember, I don't breed fish and I'm not really
Right.
into shrimp. And I kind of am all into fish that are compatible because they're all rainbows.
Yeah. And then
So
rainbows are
that
compatible
works.
with most things that it
Yeah.
can't eat. So, yeah.
But I think it's okay to give yourself permission during different seasons in your life to scale back. You know, don't feel like you need to keep 100 tanks going all the time. It's okay to scale back.
Yeah. Like I still have, I had plans and I still will be executing those plans to do some consolidation. I just have to, wait until I'm employed again because
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
set up some nice rimless tanks. I want to do some
Mhm.
changing up of some lighting. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's when the hobby gets real expensive when you start.
yeah, and that's much more responsible to wait. You know, there's always 2 things. You need money and time. And like
Mhm.
I have not had time lately because I just haven't. I have money, but I don't have time.
Right.
So whereas you have time, but you shouldn't be spending a ton of money. So
I got way too much fucking time.
yeah, I know. And it's so difficult. You know, when you're young, you have way more time. You have no money. And when you're older, you have money, but you don't have as much time. So
If I had money when I was
God,
younger, I would have done stupid
I would have
things.
blown it all.
Uh,
And when I was in grad school, I had neither time nor money. I mean, God, nothing. So I sold plants. So Stephen suggested I go to the Mediterranean. I am all for
okay.
that. I love the Mediterranean. I would need to take 2 weeks. I'm not great at big time zone shifts. Because I went to Germany last year for 2 weeks, and it took me like 3 days to adjust. It's like if you go for a week, by the time you're kind of miserable for half your vacation, then all of a sudden you come back and it's whiplash.
Hmm.
So I would need a longer trip for that. But I'm pro Mediterranean. I would love to go to Portugal or Spain or Italy. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
would love
bad
it.
enough that every time we do this time change, I still have to adjust.
Yeah, for me, this time change is really easy because I'm in the wrong time zone. Indiana's in the wrong time zone. We should be in the central time zone.
Mm,
So I feel like I'm finally back to normal. Whereas last week, the sun wasn't coming up till after 8 a.m. It was coming up at like 8:03. It's just really hard to get up for work when it's dark out. But now it's like, oh, I feel so good. I feel so rested. So, yeah.
So
But
Emily says the amount of dopamine I get from looking at the crypts in my 85-degree tank is
oh,
immeasurable. And
there
then
you
I see the
go.
lack of Amazon swords and I get angry. Stick to
Well,
crypts. Crypts,
Crips
it
is
is.
way better than Amazon swords because the thing is Amazon swords, the majority of them get enormous. I mean, I had
Yeah,
ones
it's
that
like a
I
be
had to
careful what
put
you
in a
wish for.
trash bag. They completely overtook this tank. Unless you have like a 200-gallon tank, I don't recommend of a lot of Amazon swords. I have Hate Eye Pearl. That's one I recommend because it stays pretty small, pretty small.
I've had
So,
mine reproduce in an interesting way. Like I
hmm.
thought it would send off in the spike with the plantlets, but I got just 3 plantlets that emerged out of the one next to it. I didn't realize that it would do that. Either
Wow.
that or I didn't realize that I had 3 plants in the pot before I planted it. I don't think
Hmm.
so.
I mean, I guess I've had one divide at the base into 2 rosettes, and then I chopped it in half and I sent one of those to Bentley.
Could be.
So I've had that happen. Right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 babies on this. I gotta cut this back. It is a mess. God, this tank is out of control. But I'm waiting to my next club meeting, so
Mhm.
then I'm gonna hack it back. Yeah. Candy points out Croatia is beautiful. I would love to go. What is it, like Plitlovic or something? Yeah, that's on my list. I have a lot of places I want to go. I really do. I love to travel. I think next summer I would like to go to Ireland because so the time zone is still difficult. It's only 6 hours instead of 7 hours, so that helps. But I can get a direct flight from Indianapolis to Dublin, which
That's pretty good.
I mean, there aren't many direct flights from Indianapolis, but they added a direct flight because so Eli Lilly, the drug company, is headquartered in Indianapolis, and there's a lot of drug manufacturing in Ireland. So I can take a direct flight. That'd be pretty good.
Vonk 7286. Now, let me make sure this is a new name. Vonk.
Hello and welcome.
Don't recognize that name. Welcome. Do Heterandia formosa and Neoheterandria elegans crossbreed?
I don't know.
The second one, I believe, is a tiger teddy, and I don't know what the first fish is. I'm assuming it's another live bearer.
I don't know anything about live bears, but somebody in the chat might know.
Yeah. I mean, you see two different genre, and you think probably not, but that doesn't mean much necessarily.
It just depends on how closely related they are, and they may form sterile hybrids. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Key Boy asks, how is the snorkeling in Dublin?
Cold.
That would be a land vacation. They have a beautiful coast in Ireland.
Mm-hmm. So. Ask yourself about burnout. Ask yourself why. Why did I set it up in the first place? Why did I get that fish? Why all of a sudden am I not so excited? What used to excite me in the beginning? The hobby can be cyclical too, because I don't imagine that the entire lifespan of my hobby is going to be nothing but high-end planted tanks with rainbows. Like, there's so much else out there. And I've done a little bit of breeding. I could see myself going back to try to breed something else. And
I mean, I don't think that I want to take up fish breeding ever. It does stress me out. I think where I would go would be saltwater.
Yeah, that's another direction to go to.
Saltwater macroalgae. That's where I would like to go. But I don't see fish breeding. It just doesn't interest me. And it really does stress me out. Just having to deal with babies and live food and no.
And the other direction to go is you can do terrariums or
I love terrariums.
Paludariums. You can have
I would do a paludarium. Terrariums, I have several of them. I have those Awaza biorbs. I love them. They're also super low maintenance, so they don't really add to your maintenance burden like another aquarium does. So it's kind of a nice thing to do if you're feeling depressed in the winter, is to build a terrarium. I think they're great. Now, if you want to add like a vivarium or something, okay, then you have an animal to take care of. Then there's more work, and you got to think about that a little more. But I feel like I don't need to think too hard about adding a terrarium. It's kind of like, do I have room? Do I have an afternoon free? Do I want to blow a bunch of money? If yes to all three, then why not? So Andy Carson asks, have any of you grown Schismoglottis praetori?
I tried.
Yes, I have a ton of it. See this mass right here?
Hang on. Let me expand.
That is a huge clump of it. It got a lot taller than I thought. It took
it's bigger than I thought.
2 years to get that big. It's so slow. So I'm going to say that you need CO2 just because it's so incredibly slow, even with CO2, that I can't imagine trying to grow it without it. Now, maybe someone in the chat's like, oh no, it grows awesome without it. I haven't tried it, but it's so slow.
You grew that all from one tissue culture?
I think there's a couple tissue cultures there.
I only tried once, and I lost the whole thing pretty quickly. And I don't know if it was just shipping. It seemed like it was fine when I planted it. So I can't really.
I think I'm going to cut it back to a foreground because for a long time it was staying low like a foreground, but now it's getting kind of tall and bushy. But it took 2 years. It's so slow.
Wow. So
So that's
is
why
it a rhizome plant? Like, is it kind of like an Anubias
it's
or
a stem. It's just a really slow stem. It's
okay?
really, really slow. Yeah. So I recommend CO2. Otherwise, I haven't found it particularly difficult. I have pretty high light in that tank, so that probably helps.
Mhm.
You know, I do fertilize pretty good, but you kind of need CO2 because it's so slow. Just be really patient. Be really patient. Yeah.
Nathan says crypts are awesome. I agree. I like when the
I love
cover, the substrate, like ground cover. Only had one crypt get bushy. The rest stay hugged to the bottom.
I have some, okay, this clump right here. See this clump? This is too much. Oh, there's a little one of Jody's Hillstream loaches. Hello.
Nice.
This clump has to go. I did not mean this clump to be here. I thought it was gone, but I had like some roots left, and look what happened. This is a
What it
90-gallon
does.
tank. This is enormous.
They're very fussy and then very resilient at the same time.
Yeah, but
My favorite carpeting crypt that I like to use for ground cover is the Nurii Rosen Maiden because it
mm,
naturally stays low and regardless of the environment, and it will carpet like
my
around
favorite,
itself.
yeah, my favorite is loosens. That grows super slow though, but it only gets like that tall and it always looks good. It always looks nice and bushy. I have given the co-op so much money for that plant because it grows really slow. And like if you want a lot of it, you just got to pay for it.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
yeah, I mean, I'll probably buy some more of it from the co-op at some point. I mean, I really
Mhm.
like it, but it's very slow.
So okay, so the tiger teddy and Elise killifish. Yeah, I've never heard of. I mean, I've heard of those two fish. I've never heard of them
I've
crossbreeding.
never kept I mean I have a killie, but it's not related to either of those. I've never kept a live bearer ever. And that's not true.
So
When I was a kid, we had mollies. I've never had a guppy.
so this is a great question, and let's see. So Chris wanted to know what are reliable visual cues for true CO2 limitation versus micro deficiency.
Yeah.
And of
I
course,
mean,
chlorosis with iron deficiency is the most obvious, definitive one.
yeah. I have certain plants that are really good indicators. Back when I had Monte Carlo, when your CO2 is low, the leaves are really, really tiny. And they're, I mean, they're still small, but they're bigger and much more expanded when you have enough CO2. Blixa japonica, if my CO2 runs out, it will all die back.
Hmm.
All dies back. So that's a good one for me. Um,
Monte Carlo is a great indicator plant. A lot of another one that I have the Ludwigia crap the twisty one, the tornado. But
oh yeah,
what is
yeah.
the species? Because there's a
Arcuata X something. No.
no
Oh, is it a Ledwigia
inclinata.
inclinata? Yeah.
Right, that's a good indicator. If you have the fancy rotalas, those are great indicator plants, like the macrandras, the like the mini butterfly, whatever they call it. They're good indicator plants.
My red
But
plants will lose their red if I run out of CO2. So like
often,
this one will no longer have its beautiful ruby red color.
what I tend to see is the old growth with insufficient CO2. A lot of the old growth starts to deteriorate much faster than if you had sufficient CO2 in those indicator plants. And then new growth, of course, that's iron deficiency. If you're seeing the chlorosis in new growth
Yeah,
only.
yeah, that's the number one hallmark of that. And if you want to know what chlorosis looks like, just
Google it.
Google chlorosis, and you'll see lots of pictures of it in land plants. And it's yellow green veining. It's really distinctive. I get it outdoors a lot, chlorosis.
Mhm.
So I don't really get it indoors ever. I don't think it's a problem. So
All right. Is Bucephalandra a hard plant to keep alive? and I want to get that plant for my goldfish. Can I grow just fish waste and lights? It's not hard to keep alive, but if you can't really toss it into a tank and expect it to look good.
Yeah. I
You have
think
to
that,
manage your light
yeah.
settings on it.
I think that boosts attract algae more than other plants if it's unhappy.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's, and you'll know it's unhappy because it will be one of the first plants to start getting spot algae. It'll start getting hair algae tangled in it and that kind of crap.
Yeah. And as
But
for
when
if you
it's
can keep
happy,
it for goldfish or not, goldfish all have their own personalities. They're very smart fish. Some goldfish will leave any plant alone, and some goldfish will destroy every plant in their path. And
especially a soft, deteriorating plant, delicious.
And there's no way to know for sure. So don't invest a ton of. Usually, I tell people plant heavy right from the start. Like it's always better to plant heavy. But if you want to try goldfish, buy 1 or 2 plants, see how it goes. Because every fish is different and you can't know. You can't know. And I will say that even if you put your goldfish in another tank, sometimes they'll stop. Because it's kind of like so with koi. So koi really, they can be assholes. So my friend Michael, who passed away, his koi pond, so he could never have water lilies or lotuses because these jerks would uproot anything just for funsies. Well, and his pond was way overstocked, way overstocked. Well, we doubled the size of his pond. They left it alone. They were bored. They were acting out. They're like toddlers. So I can't tell you whether or not you can grow boosts or not with your goldfish because every goldfish is different.
Try it and see. Maybe they immediately gulp it down, or they wait a while, or it's fine.
Or they'll just pick at it and uproot it. Sometimes they do that too because it's fun. And goldfish they're really smart fish. Like rainbows are really dumb. Guppies are pretty dumb, but goldfish they're smart. They're smart. You can train them. Like a good person to ask about goldfish on Fishcord is Looney.
Oh yeah, true.
She's a goldfish expert. So, well, that's nice of you to say we have Dutch tanks, but true Dutch tanks are really, really manicured, and they have what are called streets, which are like kind of angling rows of really manicured stems and color. And a true Dutch aquarium is like hours of trimming every week. There's really no style of tank that's more work than a Dutch tank. This is just an overgrown jungle.
But for the 2 or 3 days every couple of weeks, you get that photo. And the other thing true Dutch scapes have are very specific rules about the number of red plants you can keep, making sure all of the textures are contrasting when plants next to each other, the colors and the textures, limiting the number of species, which that's the deal breaker for me. It's like, nah, my 40-gallon tank is 1 species per half gallon. Something like that. It varies, but
you really almost never see a true Dutch tank. Almost no one does it because I feel like you can have 1 Dutch tank.
You do it if you want to do a competition, I think.
There aren't a lot of Dutch competitions because that's just not, it's not a style that's going to win any competitions right now. So it has to be, I've seen online people who like to grow Dutch tanks and that's just their thing and they're awesome, but they only have 1 tank and they spend hours trimming it.
Well, they have 1 tank and then they have the tanks you don't see, which are the backups that are forming all those stems. Just in case.
They're ugly tanks, but people only have 1 Dutch tank.
Just in case your autodoser fails for a couple of days and you have to completely mow it down.
Or you had a cold and you couldn't trim your rotalas that week. So, but I do think they're beautiful, but it's a very different hobby. And I guess I do kind of more nature style. I do usually have a little bit more aquascaping than this. This is out of control. It's really out of control. So I haven't really done a hard trim in a year. So
When I say crypts are fussy, I mean the ones that melt whenever you make
yeah,
a slight change to the parameters. But if you keep
yeah,
everything stable, then yeah, they take over, and
yeah.
they don't all melt back at the slightest change. Just a few of them do.
No, and even the ones that melt, like they're gonna come back. Like they're
Right.
not dead. They just I mean, I remember once I did a hard rescape on this, and I didn't even move the crypts, and they all died. I don't know why, but they all came back. They came back.
I started injecting CO2 in the tank, and I lost crypt leaves because of that. Like that defies logic, but yeah, they're just like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of these leaves and make some different leaves that
Yeah,
look the
you
same.
can. Yeah, you can move crypts from one tank to another, and you'll lose them. So it's you know, they're fussy in that, but they're easy to grow, and they will come back. So, what temperature is our water for the best plants? So, plants, if it's comfortable for you, it is comfortable for the plants. They want to be cooler. So if your house is 65 degrees, your plants will be happy with that. My house is 70 degrees. My fish or my plants would love to be 70 degrees. My fish don't. You know, I would say above 77 degrees, plants start getting fussier. They start, so in the summer, my house will get really hot, and I notice the wear in my crypts, a little more ragged leaves, pinholey, and like 80 degrees, some things just don't grow above that. So,
Yeah,
but like
the
if
list
your
of plants
tank is
gets shorter, the hotter it
65 or
gets.
70, I mean, there is a point where aquatic plants are not happy. It's too cold for that, but it's also too cold for you to be in your house. Like, are they going to do well at 50 degrees? No, but you're not going to have your house be 50 degrees. That's even you don't want a house at 50 degrees.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, man, it'd be fine for sleeping. Be all cozy
God,
under the covers.
I would die. I don't want to be that cold. I mean, Fat Kitty would be so cold. He doesn't want that. So board meal day, that's a new name. Do small crinums exist or similar looking plant that will fit in a smaller tank? I'm not aware of any. Crinum natans is huge. Crinum and calamostratum, it'll take over a 90-degree tank. I do not recommend a Crinum calamostratum in less than, let's say, a 55.
Yeah,
they get enormous,
but
and they don't
slow,
want to be
right?
moved either. They are, but they don't want to be moved either.
So yeah, let it establish for years, and it's like, it's too big. Let's move it. Start all over.
And then it'll be super unhappy after you move it, and hopefully it'll be okay. But and crinum natans is huge too. So I'm not aware of any small looking crinums. If you want something leafy for a smaller tank, I think crypts are a much better choice. I think Crypt spiralis is probably pretty good. That's a good plant.
Yeah, I like it. It's
easy to grow, not too fast.
If you like Val and you're okay with, you don't like the way that Val just goes crazy.
Yeah,
Spiralis kind of does that, but much
slower, easier to keep on top of, but a good look. So I guess that's what I would recommend.
Boost would be an expensive plant. The goldfish just like to eat it.
Yeah, very that's why don't spend all of your money on it. Just buy one.
Just get the Godzilla green, whatever, like the
cheapest
cheap
Boost. Don't get the like brownie ghost extra special rare emotional support. I don't know, blue charming.
All of my Boost is emotional support Boost.
It's emotional support Boost. Don't get that. Buy the cheap one, the green Boost.
Will my bulbitis, nubius, and java fern be okay with brown algae and diatom algae on it? You're blocking light receptors and things. I mean, it's diatom. Just wipe it off. It's
just go. And in my opinion, diatom algae is a phase that new tanks go through. This too shall pass. And like if you have hair algae, I'm like, okay, now we gotta now we have problems. But brown algae, I just give a little time. Keep on your maintenance. Do your water changes, water changes, water changes, water changes.
Right.
We'll be okay. Yeah. And June says, Crinum is a beautiful plant. Just don't move her. Wise words, June. Don't move it. Every time you move it, you set the clock back 6 months. It does not want to be moved. Make sure you really think before you put it in. But I do love that plant. I love it so much.
I found the same issue with the Lagonandra. Don't move it.
Yeah.
Those leaves take a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Best way to quarantine and acclimate tissue culture cups to submerged form with minimal melt.
Oh, you don't need to quarantine them. They're sterile, clean.
Mm-hmm.
And as for acclimating them for minimal melt, they melt a lot less than other things. Just plant them. Just plant them.
Yeah.
Give them space so they're not, the light's not blocking them off. Give them the conditions
for most of them. And
yeah,
there are a few, like I tried mini hairgrass one time, and that
I grow that one a lot. Yeah,
that one just straight up disappeared on me.
Really?
But then I'll get another tissue culture, the same thing, and it'll be fine.
I've grown tons of mini hairgrass. I think it really needs CO2.
Yeah,
but as long as it's a plant that's going to be happy, if you're growing tissue culture cups of crypts, my only recommendation is make sure they don't get lost. So make sure there's significant space for them so they don't get lost in the shuffle and crowded out. But no, I love tissue culture cups. I think they're the easiest way to grow anything. I
think with tissue cultures, your worst enemy are like clunky bottom feeders. Like if you've got Aeneas cories that are just whizzing by, they will uproot tissue cultures.
That's true of any stem though, or any plant really.
But the tissue cultures are much lighter, so
yeah, they're the best. A lot more. They're the best value though, because like one little pot of like Rotala will have like 30 stems in it. It's enough to do a whole tank. You only need
one little pot of crypt, or even you buy like swords. I remember getting those tissue cultures of swords, 5 swords.
I know it's
who needs 5 swords? But
no one. Split it with a friend.
Yeah.
And even hairgrass, like there's so much more hairgrass in it. And I'm a huge fan of Tropica tissue culture cups. I don't think the co-op is selling them anymore. Candy, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think you're selling. I used to buy them from the co-op, but your local store can often get them. So I buy them from the Reef in Indianapolis. They get Tropica tissue culture cups. I love them. They're so nice.
Favorite amphibious plant can be grown immersed or submerged. Favorite? I like the Persicaria Sao Paulo that I have because it's very colorful, very bright pink, and it just grows straight up out of the water. You don't lose the lower leaves. It still stays nice and bright red out of the water.
I've grown Bacopas both ways because I've grown them in my pond in the bog box.
Bacopa's nice. I wouldn't put the Persicaria outside. I don't think it's very temperature tolerant, but I could be wrong.
Probably just needs to adjust. It needs to grow out of the water on its own. But where you live is so hot, maybe not. I really like Lysimachia, which is creeping Jenny. But really, I don't grow it underwater ever. I really just grow it with my ponds. You know, I kind of have like a real dichotomy of things I grow out of the water and things I grow underwater. Because if I have out of the water as an option, there's just way better plants that have way better flowers. And those are the ones I grow. My exception for stem plants, and I don't really grow a lot of stems, but I would grow this out of the water. And I have tried is it's the one with the pretty purple flowers.
Pogo
erectus. Pogo erectus. I do want to grow that one in a pond one of these days. It's so pretty. The flowers are so pretty. Underwater, it's just kind of a stem. I don't really care, but wow, does it have beautiful flowers. Someone sent me a couple stems of it a couple years ago, and I wasn't smart about how I transitioned it. You can't just like stick it in your bog, it'll fry. Like you have to have it a few inches under the water and let it grow out on its own.
Oh, that's why I failed with mine too, because I had it for a while. I got tired of it in the aquarium because it's just a weed in the
It's just
aquarium.
it's a really boring stem, but the flowers, you can look it up online, pictures of it, Pogostemon erectus. It has purple fuzzy flowers that are so pretty. So pretty. And I'm very particular about my pond plants. Like they need to perform. So maybe I'll try it again next year, but I'll be more patient about converting it. Maybe I'll convert it in the house. So it's not getting fried in the sunlight and then bring it out. So I do think it's worth growing though, immersed. It's just so pretty. So pretty. I saw someone had an aquarium of it and they let all of it grow out of the top and it was all blooming purple. It was so cool. So cool. You can probably find pictures of that if you search for the name. So that's my pick. Speaking of Boos, I think I read that Boos is one of those plants that like to have periods of immersed growing time. I have not found that to be true. I have some submerged for years without issues. Should I worry it would die?
No,
I don't think so.
I mean, it really, if you look at like 90% of the plants that we keep, do they like to have some submerged? I think every plant wants to have a lot of access to CO2. So I'm sure Boos would love to not be confined underwater and would like to be in the wild where they just have a lot of flow through them, but they also grow. I think they grow immersed almost 100% of the time where they come from.
We grow very few obligate underwater plants. Yeah. So Vallisneria, Sosvassertang, there are a couple others.
Hornwort, guppy grass.
Egeria densa or Elodea or Anacharis, whatever you want to call it. That one's obligate underwater, but there are very few. Blixa. I love, and that's the only one of that list I like. Is Blixa.
Oh, you don't like hornwort?
No, what am I gonna do with hornwort? Make $1 million at plant auctions. That's what you're gonna do.
You do that with guppy grass.
Yeah. Wow. Boy. People really want guppy grass. There you go. So, but if you have Boos that's happy, in my experience, what will make your Boos unhappy is if something goes wrong and you get hair algae, because it's a hair algae magnet. So I don't think that has anything to do with it needing cycles of being immersed. I think it's just what it does. So
yeah.
How do we feel about cheap auto dosers? I mean, I don't have any auto dosers. So Stephen,
what is a cheap auto doser?
Aren't they all kind of cheap? I didn't think any of them were that expensive, but I've never looked.
So I'm pulling up the one. This is the one I bought back in April, and it works. You got to calibrate it. I'm not confident that when I tell it to dispense 4 milliliters of liquid that I'm getting exactly 4 milliliters of liquid. So if that's important, then I probably wouldn't rely on it for dosing a small amount of stuff. But I just have it sitting. I just have Easy Green hooked up to it, and I have it dosing 4 milliliters of Easy Green per day in the 40 gallon.
Yeah. So I guess I would not trust a cheap auto doser for my saltwater tank. Then I needed precision. But Easy Green will work just fine whether you put in 3 mils or 6 mils. It'll be fine.
For all I know, it's putting 10 mils in there, but I do weekly water changes and reset it anyway.
It's fine. And your plants, they'll adapt to how much is there. It'll be fine. So June points out that crinum does well in the co-op's rock planters. I could see that because then you could move them around. And so even though her Oscars are pushing them around. So June, your Oscars can even push around the co-op's rock planters. Wow. Oscars are really strong.
I feel like I'm surprised that Oscars don't uproot the Val that she's got planted in there.
I'm surprised they don't dig it out. Yeah.
Maybe they like it.
But that's because I think it's because June keeps her Oscars so happy and they're so well cared for. And she doesn't keep an Oscar in like a 55 unless it's a baby. Like they have big, nice tanks.
Right.
So I think it's just because her Oscars are really pampered. So
Jennifer says I should try a saltwater tank.
sure.
I know. It's been 2 years since I said if I win that RO unit in the raffle, I'm going to do a saltwater tank.
You should not set one up this month.
No.
Boy, that's gonna stress Jenna out.
Oh, I remember 2 years ago when I won the RO unit, Gina sent me a good stock list for a 20-gallon. I totaled what her suggestions were, $700 just for the livestock.
I know, it's expensive.
Oh my God.
I mean, like, so Rotala Tim has his tank he posted to Discord, and he doesn't have any fish yet. And I'm like, well, that's because he's got to save up for them. It's not like, go to auction and spend $15 to get some live bears. It's like,
right.
No, like, this has got to be Tim's like big purchase for the year.
And when I think about it, like the 90 behind me, that there's probably several $100s worth of fish in there. I mean, I've got if both of those eels are alive, I can only confirm that I only see one at a time. So
I mean, I've dropped a couple $100 on rainbows before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got a lot of fish for it. I didn't buy
$30 a piece for those Kalitawas, and
yeah. But I didn't spend $200 on one tang. I mean, geez. So
yeah.
So can Crinum Dynium I never know how to pronounce that. Are they easy plants? Yes. Keep an aquarium, and how big do they get? Big. Do
they grow just as tall? They grow as tall as they can and then start draping over.
Big, yeah. So like I would say a 4-foot tank. So if you were thinking of having like a 20,
plant it on the side in a corner or something and just kind of let it flop over.
No, I put crypts in. You'll never be unhappy putting crypts in.
Crypt is a great substitute for every plant. You can do an entire scape with crypts, which I know that because I did it.
I never hear people be like, "Oh God, I hate crypts." They're always they're always a good answer. They're always a good answer. Zenny said the last crinum I moved, I did kill. Yeah. Along with my Madagascar lace plant. And I still can't find Madagascar lace when I go to buy plants. That's it. It is hard to find that one.
I think I saw Jose in here someone was asking about, Jose asking, anyone Madagascar lace, always saw it as an interesting plant, never kept them, in most cases do well. Is this sensitive or difficult in any way?
It is sensitive to heat. So
yeah, that one's like a 70, keep it at 75 and below, or maybe even cooler than that.
I would never keep it because I live in a really old house and it gets too hot in the summer here for periods of time, and it would not like that. So, but if you can keep your house steady below 75 degrees year round, it would be much happier. Oh, you still sell those? That's wonderful news. So everybody, buy your tissue cultures from the co-op. You will have a wonderful experience. I love buying from the co-op. Best customer service rep right there.
There you go.
And I love tissue cultures. It's the best bang for your buck. The Tropica ones are the best, so you can get them there.
For some reason, I thought maybe it was just, I don't know, with tariffs and all the other bullshit. There's shipping woes, so yeah.
Yeah, there
sure
was a time I thought Corey said that he wasn't stocking them, but maybe their source worked itself out. Thank goodness. I know it's so challenging right now for businesses, and I know everyone at the co-op is just doing their best, just like everybody who has an an import business is doing their best, like Jody and at Tropical Fish Co. She's doing her best right now. It's hard. So can dwarf hairgrass be grown in sand with root tabs? Maybe, but I really think you need CO2 is the limiting reagent.
And I grew dwarf hairgrass in sand with root tabs with CO2 injection. It was much slower. If you have a super nutrient dense substrate, it will carpet a lot faster for you.
Yeah,
but you got to have the light and CO2 to go with it.
Yeah, in fact, the difference between new aquasoil and old aquasoil is dramatic.
Yes.
So like if I were to redo this tank, and maybe I will, who can say, and rip out the front, I would probably replace the front foreground, like top it off with new fresh aquasoil if I were going to put hair grass in it, because it does make a difference.
Yeah, you
It's
have
really
to have
strong.
things dialed in or know how to respond quickly when it comes to hair grass, because it's going to be one of the first ones that gets tangled up with hair algae. It will start growing on
Yeah.
top of itself if it's super happy, but when it does that, it starts to mess up the stuff underneath it, and then you could possibly have an algae problem if you're
I've
not
heard of
keeping up with
people
maintenance.
combing it out with
Hmm.
combs. I never had a problem with hair algae getting into it. Really, what I've noticed is I've had like really beautiful hair grass lawns in this tank, and they
Mhm.
looked really, really good. And every now and again, you do have to replant them. That's true with all foregrounds.
Right.
And when I replanted it, it didn't grow near as well the next time. And I think it's because the aquasoil was old. It likes fresh aquasoil, and it really likes CO2. I would not even try dwarf hairgrass without CO2. It's so sparse. It's kind of like, okay, you know when guys are bald, but they have like 6 hairs that they do a comb over? That's what it's like. Whereas like when you have CO2 and fresh aquasoil, it's like the Stephen P of foregrounds, like Stephen's lush thick hair. That's
Mhm.
what it's like.
I like my hair algae mats. Hair algae. If you're
There you
breeding
go.
fish, the only time I got my Duplicarius chorus to reproduce well is when I had just neglected the shit out of the tank and let hair algae just accumulate across the top within the valve. That's where all the eggs were. Very
I
easy to
mean, if
find
it
and
makes
harvest
you
them.
happy, you know what? If you want algae, you probably can't grow it. It's kind of like green water. If you want green water, you can't make green water worth shit. If you don't want green water, that's when you make green water. So,
Pretty much. I can reliably grow green water in the summer. Just I fill up some tap water in a container and then I bring it outside and a squirt of easy green or something in there, get it going really good.
yeah, I would say that's true. If you want to grow green water, light and fertilizer, and it will just happen. Will just happen. But I have not really tried to culture green water because I don't breed fish. So
I am team Anubius and
I love,
Bulbitis and Boos as
yeah,
well, especially in low tech. Because
I
I
love
want to
Anubias.
focus my attention on the CO2 injected tanks and let the low tech tanks sort of
I
manage
am
themselves.
team Anubias over team Boost. I don't really like Boost. I much prefer Anubias. I have tons of Anubias in these tanks, though. I don't feel like you need to choose between Anubias or Crypts.
No,
You can have both.
you can have
So
Nubius, Boos, Crips, Bulbitis,
have them all.
Java Fern, and kind of.
So
uh,
Candy says that it wasn't a customer friendly stance they took, but they've come around. So that's good. Yeah, I remember there was that policy where if they got an order in, the co-op did a wholesale old order and they were dead, they couldn't like replace them, or yeah. I'm glad they came around because lots of people want to buy those tissue culture cups from the co-op, and I like to buy my tissue culture cups from the co-op too.
oh yeah, they were
Because
getting them
yeah,
this where the seal was broken, and so they were no
that's
longer
so
technically
uncool.
sterile. And yeah, they telling them
That's
to like,
yeah.
no, deal with it. It happens.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Like it
That's not
doesn't work in any other industry. It's
yeah.
weird.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to the grocery store and you find cans with like dents and holes in them, like that's not okay. That's not okay. There should not be like open containers of milk on the shelf. That would be gross.
I mean, dented cans, those immediately get brought to the back and eaten by employees. That's yeah.
Yeah. So
Dented can is like winning the lottery. Free lunch.
here you go. Yay, dented canned corn.
Exactly.
I've never worked in a grocery store. Have you ever worked in a grocery store?
I have not very long, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I worked at a cafe as a barista. That's the non-science or medical writing job I've had. I was a barista. Also, I worked at a tree nursery, like a garden center. So, all right, if we feed the co-op small magic fish food, how do you tell if the fish are eating it? That's right. You got your first fish. You got lemon tetras, which I love lemon tetras. That you should see them eat it. Like they'll go up there and eat it. Like they put it in their face.
Yeah, like I've never seen a fish not frantically inhale it. Even the puffer, like it's so tiny, but it's going after it.
And I've had lemon tetras. They're good eaters. They might still be settling in because you just got them a couple days ago. Maybe they're still a little freaked out, but like they're good eaters. Most tetras are pretty good eaters. But like these aren't. So like cardinals and neons are much more shy fish. Lemon tetras they're good fish. They're just good fish. So they might just be a little freaked out. So give them a day or so. Then put a little tiny pinch more. You don't need much because you only have 7 fish. Teeny pinch. But you'll see them eat it. So.
I fog the water with small fish feed.
But she only has 7 tiny fish.
I know.
So you don't need
much. I still feel like sometimes I'm overfeeding even
you do feed way more than I do. Your fish are enormous compared to mine. I must have all my fish. I don't know. I just don't feed as much as you do, I don't think.
Look, for me, if I come back a few hours later and I don't see excess food, then I'm like, well, I'm not overfeeding yet.
And I'm like, it's Tuesday, no food for you guys.
I didn't feed yesterday, actually.
Oh, yeah, I don't feed every day.
My back is killing me. I did water changes, and then I was out of commission. Like once I'm walking around, it's okay. Can't stand for very long. And transitioning from sitting to standing.
Are you doing half pigeon pose? That's the pose I showed you.
Oh, I need to look that up and do that. Yeah.
Write it down, Jenna. Half pigeon pose.
Okay, yeah,
that's
Jenna's
the pose
here.
You should do because that's a nice, easy stretch, and don't push it too hard. Like go nice and easy and do it. But you actually have pretty good external hip rotation, if I recall. So.
That's what you said. So
yeah, I was like, oh yeah, you look good at that. So try that one. Let's see, what else do I want you to do? Really, what I want you to do is to work on stretching the front part of your hips. So your hip flexors. So crescent lunge or like crescent lunge or low lunge.
Okay.
Those are good. Just take them as low as you can. Don't push it hard, but you want to feel a stretch in like the front part of your hip into your belly, because what happens is this gets tight from sitting and it pulls your pelvis into an anterior pelvic tilt, which is very unnatural and painful. So try those 2 things. I think they're going to help you.
All right.
And Jenna will write them down for you.
She texted me half pigeon pose, so she's got to text me the rest
and
of
low
that.
And either some crescent lunge or low runner's lunge. Those are both good. Yep. Lunges. Yeah. I mean, obviously there's a lot more you should do, but baby steps, right? 2 things.
All right. What plant websites do you trust when they tell you different information on max size difficulty of plants? None of them.
None of them. I would agree with that. Yeah. Oh, I would trust the 2-hour aquarist. There you go.
Yeah. That's a good one, but like if you go to like Boost Plant and they tell you max size and care, they're very generic, and hardly any of them account for nuances in water conditions. So
I mean, and some things like they're suitable for that tank if I'm willing to trim them. But I was getting crushed alive by Bulbidus in this tank because it got so enormous.
If you ever look up a plant and there is contention in forums about whether or not a plant needs CO2, then it probably needs CO2.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Because honestly, like Stephen says, he can grow Blixa japonica without CO2, and I believe him. But it is the first plant to die when my
Yeah.
CO2 runs
So
out, and
that's
so it's
very
much happier
conditional,
with it.
right?
Much happier with it.
The
And some
yeah.
plants you can get away with if you have really low pH water, and I don't have super low pH water.
Mhm.
So I mean, I have kind of average, sort of mid-range water. It's not super hard, but it's not low pH at all. Whereas like Geek Boy, his water is pretty low pH. He can get away with a lot more. So,
Yeah.
you know,
2 Hour Aquarius is a great one. I mean, it's very heavily focused on CO2 injected tanks, but they do talk about
very high tech, challenging plant.
the doing no CO2 injection tanks, low tech, and the importance of aquasoil even in that situation.
Yeah.
So they cover a lot of nuances that most websites and YouTube channels don't
And
even
the thing
understand.
is like he's a person who actually that comes from experience. Like he's an excellent plant grower.
Follow Dennis.
Plant grower.
What is I
Dennis
can't pronounce
Wong,
I can't pronounce his actual name on Facebook.
Can't remember
But
what it is either.
he posts a lot on Facebook, and it's always really good information.
Yeah, I should follow him on Facebook.
Him and Tom Barr, I just read
really,
they put on
really
Facebook.
knowledgeable people, really knowledgeable. But otherwise, if you're not spending a lot of money and it's not going to break the bank, just try one pot. Just try it. I mean, I've killed so many plants. You know, sometimes you don't know what you can and can't grow. It's okay.
That's how I've been doing the ponding too. Like, will it pond?
Sure. And I mean, I would never tell you to get a fish without being very confident you could keep it. But for plants, just give it a shot. Just give it a shot. Oh no, Annette, you dropped black paint on the carpet.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's doing some wall painting. And
oh no. God, I hate painting. Are you painting your walls black, Annette? That's very goth of you. That's very goth.
I thought she was doing millennial gray.
Boy. Oh, now we've moved on to beige. It's sad beige moms. Everything is beige. I don't want that. I want everything to be teal. Just want everything teal.
Yeah, I did. I worked at a grocery store for a day. And it wasn't because I didn't like it that I quit. It's because my parents didn't let me continue working there because it was a really long drive, and I was still a kid in school.
That's fair.
But yeah, when I was being shown around, that was like one of the things. It's like, here's where all the food waste is, and we just generally eat from this pile.
Wow.
Like, okay.
So what was your high school job? How did you make money in high school?
Burger King was my first job, and then I worked at Baskin Robbins, and I think that was Baskin Robbins and Burger King was my junior and senior year.
Okay. So I worked at that nursery, that tree nursery at the garden center, which I did learn a lot, but it was such hard work. I was so jacked by the end of the summer. So strong. And then I babysat a lot. And that
I would have babysat, but I don't think teenage boys don't really get that kind of job.
They don't, but let me tell you this. I babysat 2 toddlers who were not potty trained 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for $1.50 an hour. $1.50 an hour. And I hear what kids make now for babysitting. Like, I don't know if Lillian babysits. I don't know what she makes. But like, my sister gives the babysitter $20 an hour.
My God, they get a 401k match and all that too. They get health care.
And she never paid me a dime over. She always rounded it to the nearest 15 minutes. And I would get nasty notes every day about how I needed to do housework. For her 2 toddlers. She had not toilet trained them yet. They were 2.5 and 3.5.
How long did you work there?
A whole friggin' summer. I made $500 the whole summer. And I blew it all on one stereo, which Jake is super proud of.
My hell job was when I worked for a construction company. That after I graduated from high school that summer, my dad got me a job working at the Exxon refinery where he worked, but
Oh
for a subcontractor, and I was a fire watch. So my literally, and there was no action. There were no fires. My job was
God,
literally just to hook up a fire hose to a fire hydrant, and then sit there and watch welders weld.
I
But
feel like that is
not
not a
directly
good
watch because
job
you
for
can't look
someone
at
with
them.
ADHD. It's not a good
Awful.
job.
And I was unmedicated, undiagnosed at that time. So
I mean,
yeah,
the next summer I worked at the garden center, and that was really, really hard work. And it was like over 100 degrees for like 2 weeks that summer. And there was one day that they had gotten a truckload in, and so I was unloading all of the shrubs out of the truck. And I became, I guess, overcome by the heat, and I passed out. I just passed out. So
it was hot. We had
yeah,
to we
that
had
sounds
to wear
awful.
the fire retardant clothing. So that was
Wow.
and a hard hat and earplugs and
Yeah.
sunglasses. Sunglasses made you want to doze off a little bit.
Boy, project management ain't so bad in comparison.
Right.
Yeah, medical writing, not the worst job I've had.
And I was paid $10, no, 10.70 an hour at that time, which was the highest paying job I ever had. It was like double
Yeah.
because minimum wage was $5.15. That was all I was making was minimum wage at that time. So
At the tree nursery, I made $5 an hour, which was pretty good because minimum wage was $4.65 an hour.
there
And
you go.
minimum wage was kind of fair back in the late 90s compared to minimum wage now. Wow, it's too low. It's way too low. So, but $1.50 an hour was
That's
not okay.
disgusting.
It
Yeah.
was not okay to raise her 2 children.
And then be a bitch about it. Like,
Yeah, be a
yeah,
bitch about it. Like, why didn't you vacuum? Why didn't you do this? I'm like, because I'm a teenager. I'm 16. And you're
right.
lucky your kids are fed. I mean, would you trust a 16-year-old with your child $40 a week when you were only paying them that little? I mean, would you have trusted your children with a 16-year-old? I just don't think that's responsible.
Yeah.
And she did no
So
background checking on me. She's just like, oh, yeah, it's fine.
yeah.
We'll have her do it. The 90s, man. Things were different. Things were different.
No webcam or nanny cam at that time either.
I mean, they could have seen me taking on a nap on her couch every afternoon watching MTV because that's what I
Nice.
did.
Aquatic Menagerie says, I have like 2 to 3 strands worth of Java moss right now. How do I save it? Currently, give it sunlight and a mix of 90-10 RO tap, some fish water as well.
I mean, you don't need to do nothing. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Soon you'll have 2,000 to 3,000 strands of it and you'll hate it.
And you can probably cut this if they're long enough strands. You can cut them in half. They'll branch
Sure.
off a little bit. You know, you can
Sure.
get it to propagate.
Yeah, when people propagate their moss, they cut it really like in little whiskers, little pieces, and do it that way. Because every place there's a cut, it will branch. So, but like you don't need to do anything; it'll just grow. Mosses are a plague. They are a plague.
See,
They're a thing to regret.
one planted tank myth you would remove from the hobby today.
Ooh, I would remove so many dirt substrate myths.
Nutrient deficiencies.
Ooh, good one. Good one.
Because that people someone with plant troubles will be brought in the opposite direction that they need to go by people posting the nutrient deficiency charts,
that are CO2
molders and
right.
ion antagonism charts.
Oh my God. Or the plant deficiency chart that is
Yes.
based on just
Crops.
just It's based on, I don't know, AI. I don't know. It's
No, it
based on
existed
nothing.
long before
I know,
AI.
but now it's just going to be AI'd over
Well,
and
yeah,
over.
AI is learning. AI is learning
Yeah.
myths is the problem.
Yeah, it's
But deficiencies that, like when people are diagnosing plants, they're like they don't even want other suggestions. What deficiency is this plant suffering from?
yeah, I guess I would take the entire Wallstad method and set it on fire. And I hope that Mike All Things Fish is watching, because he's so happy to hear me say that. So, I mean, can you use dirt as a substrate? Sure, you can. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not this magical thing, okay? There's nothing magic about it. It's You're not creating this CO2 rich uh, ecosystem in your tank. Your tank is still a closed system that you must put work into. You must do water changes. You must take the waste out and put the water in. So I guess mine is like, my myth is that your tank is not a closed system, because it is.
Yep, that is the whole like your tank is nature or let nature take over. Like
Not
you're
nature.
inside.
There's nothing natural
Yeah,
about what I've
right,
got
right.
going here. And your supposed nature aquarium is not any more natural than mine is. You know what's natural is when you go to a wetland. That's natural. When you go to the Pantanal, or where
Mm.
Corey went in Brazil. Did he go to the Pantanal? I
I
mean, he
don't
went to a
know.
lot of places. I don't know that he went to the Pantanal. I am looking
Did,
forward to seeing all those videos, though. That's
did
super
you
cool.
listen to did you listen to his stomach woes
No, I
yesterday?
didn't. I only caught a little part of his stream. Was he super sick?
I mean, I think
Oh,
it's just kind of
man.
par for the course whenever you go
Yeah.
to a place like that. But yeah, it was diarrhea fest for a while. It's
Tough
that
times.
combined with where you are. When
Yeah.
plumbing is a
Far.
luxury, water in the toilet is a luxury.
Yeah. And oh, that's so rough. And it's hard to stay hydrated because you're
Yeah,
hot
yeah,
and you're
yeah,
sick. Well, my heart goes out to him, because that is rough. And I'm a person who gets sick really easily.
yeah. Like
That's
anytime I
rough.
romanticize the idea of going to a foreign country and doing some collecting, I hear stories like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm meant to be
Yeah.
here inside.
I think I'm going to stick to salt water. There's less diseases in the salt water.
Yeah, and you don't want to drink the water.
I mean, I have been plenty sick traveling. I
Mm.
mean, I was hospitalized when I got back from Costa Rica the first time. I don't know if it was something I ate in an airport or if it's something I encountered down there, but I've had my share of travel illnesses, a lot, maybe more than my share.
Chelsea says AI was just talking about candy.
Wow,
Oh, is it the AI summaries in chat? Are they doing that again?
that's so weird.
Where you join a chat and it tells you sort of vaguely what chat was talking about.
So weird. I
Yeah.
feel like that is a very useless function. I've never seen any AI summary of any video that was worth reading, but I could be wrong.
I sometimes look at what the AI summaries are
Either.
saying about my videos, and
Mhm.
they're okay. When there's more than one speaker, it completely
It's
shits the
true.
bed because
It doesn't
it'll
know if
say the
it doesn't
host
know who
Stephen
I
just got back from wherever the hell you went that I did not go to.
just got back from.
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I was home.
Hmm. All
I
right.
think that AI should be saying that candy is wonderful. That's what they should say.
Well, then keep saying candy is wonderful to train
Candy
AI
is
to believe
wonderful.
that.
That's right.
Sure.
I'm training you, AI.
Yeah.
So Jenna says, I'm surprised his hell job wasn't when he worked at the survey call center. Oh, that sounds awful. That's awful.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
It was okay. I mean, you're call it was the survey was about casino visits, and so it was a
Oh,
lot of senior citizens, I would call, and they were
yeah.
all very nice people. Like there is no one more willing to take a survey than a senior citizen, I think.
This is true. This is true.
And so they're like, and you would receive $1 bonus anytime you actually got the person to do the survey. And so it was actually relatively easy money. And then one day I showed up to work and the doors were locked, and that was no longer a place of work.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was in college, back in college.
Wow. So I had a lot of friends who worked for call centers because apparently in the late 90s, Iowa and Arizona were the two states that had the most customer service centers because we have a pretty neutral accent, I guess.
Mhm.
So but I never worked at one, but I remember a story. A friend of mine, she worked at this like famous call center that everybody in my high school worked at. And you had to kind of just like, I don't know, you had to like divorce yourself from your soul to work there. You had to just somehow just give up on life. But anyways, she was there the fourth day of working there. She stood up, burst into tears, and just said, I can't do it anymore. It was so off. And she walked out.
Yeah,
I
there
can't
was,
do it anymore.
I don't know if it's still around, but like one of the popular places that teenagers would work right out of school was, it was a call center that I guess handled all of the orders that would come through from infomercials and things like that. And from what I was told, that it was just the worst place to work. One of those places where you cannot show up a minute late because they lock the doors, and if you're not in the building, then you're fired. I mean, I don't know what the equivalent would be nowadays. Maybe the Amazon warehouse, like that kind of soul sucking job.
I mean, I've heard some pretty bad things about working for the Amazon warehouse. But then I've heard other people be like, it's fine. So I think it depends on the location.
I mean, it also depends on your work mentality. There are people who want
true.
an easy job so that their brain power can be devoted to literally everything else.
Yeah.
Corey
Stephen
Bruce.
Stephen asks what the minimum wage now is in the States. So it varies
So $7.25.
Yeah, it's like $7.25 or $7.35 is the federal minimum, but
Awful.
depends what state you live in. So Indiana it's the same as the federal minimum, but there are other states where it's almost $20 an hour. I don't know what it is in. I know it's pretty high in Seattle. I think it's almost $20 an hour.
Louisiana's minimum wage is $7.25 per hour.
Yep, $7.25 in Indiana too. That's the federal low. And you cannot live on $7.25 an hour. It's just not, there's no place you can live where is that. But I would say that pretty much every job pays more than that. Even fast food here pays.
Yeah, it was always minimum wage at fast food for us, except when I worked at Arby's. That was my senior year as Arby's. I forgot about that for some reason. But yeah, I was getting the big $6 an hour.
Wow. Yeah. So at the tree nursery I worked at, federal minimum wage, Iowa minimum wage then. So federal minimum wage was $4.25. Iowa's was $4.65. But I made $5 an hour there. It was good money.
Seattle. Okay. Yeah. The minimum wage, Seattle's minimum wage, $20.76 per hour.
Yeah. So it's almost 3 times what the federal limit is. That's a really high cost of living place. Whereas I live in a very low cost of living place. But I'll say that if you only pay $7.25 an hour, you're not going to get any employees here. It's even Taco Bell pays more than that. So
yeah, same Jody, $5.15 an hour. But that was minimum wage.
Yeah.
Although at Baskin Robbins, I remember I got a raise, $5.25 an hour. And I was so excited.
I mean, $5.25 an hour back then was okay money. But they have not raised.
It still wasn't livable.
Yeah. They haven't raised the federal minimum wage in decades. It's
Yeah, we're talking
really
2001 was when I
yeah.
was making five. So it's gone up $2 in 25 years.
Yeah, I don't think it's maybe 2010 was the last time. It's been a long time. So that's man, that's
Yeah.
lame. That's lame. I don't think it's political to say that's lame because that's not much
I
money to
mean,
live
it's
on.
yeah.
We all need money.
Money is bipartisan for sure.
It sure is. Yeah.
Any
It's not
thoughts on blasting sand, Corey Bruce? Like, no. Is there a limit on characters on chat posts? There is. Yeah.
yeah, I'm pro blasting. I think if you
Mhm.
want to save money on a substrate, I think it's a great choice. It's not my top choice for a substrate. I do like aquasoil, but I think it's a nice economical choice. It looks pretty good. It's easy to find. Just rinse it good. Yeah.
I like it. I have it in a lot of tanks. No issues at all.
It's not as good as aquasoil, but
No, it's
aquasoil is a lot of money. So if you want
aesthetically
to save,
though. I mean, if
it
you want black
looks
sand,
good.
it's cheap.
Yeah. It looks good. And if you want to save money, that's a great place to save money on. Then you can use that money and buy a good CO2 regulator with it. And that's a great place to spend those savings.
There you go. Alishon, $2 an hour, 1974.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at $2 in 1974, what that would be now, it is more than $7.25 an hour.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, probably so.
Yeah, Candy says it's stupid expensive there. Yeah, it really is. I mean, you can in Fort Wayne, you could rent an entire house for $1,000 a month. I mean, it may not be a great house, but you could rent one. So it's a lot cheaper here, but you get what you pay for. It's not that great here. It's not that great. It's Indiana. It's fine, but it's not that
Mhm.
great. No one is ever talking about the stunning natural beauty or culture of Fort Wayne. No one has ever said that.
It's not a destination spot.
It's not. It's not
Mhm.
like if you came to visit me, we would drive. We'd drive to Michigan. I would take you to places in Michigan.
That's true. You are
Chicago
close
is
enough
pretty
to
close.
actual vacation spots.
And Chicago is a nice city and it's close. The Great Lakes are pretty close. We could go to those. It's nice. Michigan is a very beautiful state, and I'm 40 minutes from Michigan. So, you know, plus I would cook for you. I mean, visiting me is not the worst thing in the world. But Fort Wayne, you'd get here and you'd be like, wow, it really is that flat. I did not think that anything could be that flat, but it is. So,
But yeah, Alishon is now Alice Hannes, according to the wheel, I think.
huh. Yeah, that's
Because all the tags are all one word, and so the wheel
I
just
don't
sort
really,
of
I don't
picks them.
like it. I wish YouTube would go back to what we
Yeah,
had before. This is kind of lame, but we don't have any say over that, YouTube overlords. Like, and I don't know the value in the I don't, why?
I think it prevents like low hanging fruit, easy impersonation of people because the tag can be unique, whereas someone's display name on YouTube, like channel name, can
Yeah,
be
maybe. So I can't
that's
pretend to be Aquarium Co-op.
right. Yeah, but I mean, then the big channels have the thing, the check mark and the like gray highlighting where it's very clear, like this is an authentic big channel.
That's
So
true.
I don't know.
That's true. So if you're ever chatting and you see like it says Aquarium Co-op without the check mark, you know that I'm impersonating the channel.
There you go.
God, that sounds like too much work.
It's a
I,
change, and change is bad.
I am
Don't like it.
too lazy to be unethical.
Yeah. I'm not seeing any questions, and I am also hungry.
I too am hungry.
I don't know if
am
Scotty's streaming.
hungry.
I'm pretty sure Steen Fott is
I
streaming.
mean, he's watching us on double time, so he can answer if he's streaming on double time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's
I
see
have
who is
no
scheduled.
idea who's streaming next. If Grant and Shelby stream tonight, maybe.
I mean, they might. They usually schedule last minute. What is this? Oh, we have Branton and Ed's Aquatic Exotics
Whoa.
at 7 p.m. on Ed's Aquatic
Whoa.
Exotics channel.
Maybe will Branton wear pants? We don't know. Tune in and find out.
Part of the mystery. Yep. All right. Well, y'all get 6 minutes of your time back.
Oh, wow. Stephen misses the corporate world so much.
I really don't, but I have to go back.
But you miss a paycheck.
Yeah, I do.
It's going to happen soon. It's going to happen soon.
All right. Thanks for coming, y'all.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.